Assalamualaikum and hi to everyone. Okay, today our group will present to you about McDonald's, and this is the little intro or history about McDonald's.
Studios. Their father, Patrick McDonald, opened the Air Dome, a food stand on Huntington Drive, Route 66, near the Monrovia Airport in the Los Angeles County, California, with hot dogs being one of the first items sold. Hamburgers were later added to the menu at a cost of 10 cents, with all-you-can-drink orange juice at 5 cents. The restaurant was renamed McDonald's Barbecue and had 25 menu items, mostly barbecue. In 1947, after the McDonald brothers realized that most of their profits came from selling hamburgers, they closed down their car hop drive-in to establish a streamlined system with a simple menu, which consisted of only hamburgers, cheeseburgers, potato chips, coffee, soft drinks, and apple pie. After the first year, potato chips and pie were swapped out for French fries and milkshakes. The car hops were eliminated, making the new restaurant a self-service operation. Richard and Maurice took great care in setting up their kitchen like an assembly line to ensure maximum efficiency. The restaurant's name was changed again, this time to simply McDonald's, in 1948. In 1952, the brothers decided they needed an entirely new building in order to achieve two goals: further efficiency improvements and a more eye-catching appearance. They collected recommendations for an architect and interviewed at least 4, finally choosing Stanley Clark Meston, an architect practicing in nearby Fontana. The new restaurant's design achieved a high level of noticeability thanks to gleaming surfaces of red and white ceramic tile and two 25-foot yellow sheet metal arches trimmed in neon called Golden Arches design. Further marketing techniques were implemented to change McDonald's from a sit-down restaurant to a fast food chain. They used such things as turning off the heating to prevent people wanting to stay so long, fixed and angled seating so the customer would sit over their food, promoting them to eat faster, spreading the seats further apart so being less of a sociable place to dine in, and giving their customers branded cone-shaped cups, forcing them to hold their drink whilst eating, which would speed up the eating process.
Okay, first of all, before we start our presentation about change that McDonald's have done in their crisis, I will introduce myself. I'm Fawaz bin Isahuddin, metric number 233675.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ami binti Anwar. My metric number 256391.
Hi, my name is Farah Adeba binti Iswadi, 255880.
Assalamualaikum and hi to Dr. Farid and fellow friends. My name is Nina Hana Izati, metric number 255670. Now I'll proceed with the presentation. So our group has chosen McDonald's as the organisation to observe and learn about the changes that took place in the organisation. McDonald's is a familiar name to the people nowadays. Most of the people already have their own ideas whenever McD are mentioned. McDonald's is a fast food chain that is one of the largest in the world. The organisation is famous for its hamburgers. The first McDonald's restaurant was started by Maurice and Richard McDonald in California in 1948. Ray Kroc, who was the salesman that the brothers bought the appliances from, was the one who offered to start up a franchise program for McDonald brothers. In 1955, he opened the first McDonald franchise in California and also launched the McDonald Corporation. Now I'll pass to Ami to present her part.
Thank you, Nick. Ladies and gentlemen, the McDonald's does the change because the McDonald's realized growing population has developed different nutrition behavior and attitude. As we know, the McDonald's customer were starting emphasize and care about their health. So today, I would like to share and present about the main objective of the McDonald's change. Firstly, the effectively taking over sitting. When the customer want to buy some food at McDonald's provided a flyer. The content of flyer is stated calorie for every meal at McDonald's. So the customer can calculate their calories needed, and also the customer can make the best decision what they should buy and stay maintain their calories. so the problem of obesity can solve. The third objective is raise awareness of health and brand change McDonald's image. The McDonald's changed their culture from fast food to health food. The McDonald's also hold awareness and campaign for the pupil. With that, pupil more knowledgeable about the good food and be aware what food they are consuming. Furthermore, the McDonald's also changed their trademark. The new trademark is I love it. That trademark gives a good impact and positive to the McDonald's image. Introduce a new menu and the low-fat menus for the children. The McDonald's changed their menu from simply fast food to healthier food. For example, before they changed their menu, a double cheeseburger has 1090 calories, while they changed the menu. The set of McDonald's just has 390 calories. So the new menu are low calories and suitable for the children. I want to share internal and external causes that to need change. Okay, from the external have two types pressure make the McDonald's change. They are demography and hypercompetition pressure. Okay, demography is a character is taken all of the society. For example, society emphasize about healthy and more be aware what food they are consuming. From like in United Kingdom has a program about obesity, so that the government of United Kingdom make a standard policy to be made by every food chain. So United Kingdom can solve their problem obesity. Second, hypercompetition pressure. Hypercompetition pressure is a product life cycle that spoiled and does not responded to spurred competitors. Like in 2014, the McDonald's had a franchise in Vietnam, but that McDonald's cannot growing and successful because the McDonald's have a big competition with street vendors in Vietnam. Street vendors in Vietnam has provide a good meal and the faster service than McDonald's. So society in the Vietnam more attract and believe street vendors than McDonald's. From the internet also has the type that lead to McDonald's change. They are corporate activities and political and power pressure. Corporate identities is a common organizational identities. As we know, the McDonald's identities is clone. The clone name is Ronald. At the same time, have a person have a same name is Ronald. So that person have made a restaurant with name Ronald's McDonald's restaurant. So McDonald's fight this case in court for the sake the imitating the same name. After 32 years, this case was won by Ronald's McDonald's restaurant. Okay, for the last, power and political pressure. This pressure relates with MC level cases. In these cases, have two protesters spread flyers about the impact McDonald's to environment. In this case, the was won by McDonald's, and McDonald's should have
thank you, Amni. Now we'll change with the change model that McDonald's used to face their crisis. The Berg liquid model of organizational change is all about identifying and creating a relationship between cause and effect. The model assumes 12 elements of organization that define a transition within an organization. The model derives its name from two experts on organizational change, that is George Hedlitwin and Warner Berg, and this model was created in 60s. It is a valuable method for better management of change. Specifically, external factors are important for organizational changes according to the model. To think of the company competitive, think of the economy, competitiveness, consumer behavior, regulation and rules. This allows businesses to better understand the direct or indirect effect and respond appropriately when the impacts from the outside world can be detected. There is no power over external force and organizational. In order to continue to gain market share and keep its customer, McDonald's had to adapt to changing consumer behavior. In addition, having found that the problem of obesity in the UK is getting serious and complicated, McDonald's got a huge challenge to make such improvement as soon as possible. Seeing evolving behavior of its customer and the health conscious factor prevailing on the market, management eventually agreed to introduce the new strategic marketing communication plan as part of their marketing strategy that mainly included changes in their advertisement and promotional strategies aimed at changing the perception of customers about McDonald's quality of food. Realizing the importance of wellness for consumers, McDonald's launched McKids meal with both nutritional value and no fat, making it distinct from the regular McDonald's meals. In addition, the breakthrough in their integrated marketing strategy produced an effective advertising and public relations campaign to introduce a new McDonald's Superburg to the public. They also launched McChicken debut and Zesty Chicken to meet customer demand for items of high quality and at reasonable price. To keep the kids, they also started offering more options with Happy Meal, including the low fat, no sugar, added fruit drink, and even McDonald's coffee that appeal to adults. In addition, McDonald's have adapted to the evolving healthy trend in time by introducing salads and other healthier changes to their menu. Implementing the improvement and overcoming opposition by staff and crew was truly a critical step for McDonald's. Management understood that their strategy would only work if they could handle this opposition effectively, because they understood that achieving their organizational objective depends entirely on how any opposition to it is handled. They had to get to the strong support to maintain their progress, as bringing about to change is something that has to be a continuous process that still needs equally important attention. After implementation, although knowing there was situation, McDonald's tried his best to resolve core opposition by using the following technique. For McDonald's, the most important thing to start with overcoming the opposition was to include everyone in the process of transition, so that everyone would have to endure some learning experience to recognize and appreciate the goals of the transition. Management provide them with full information to help them to understand the aims of making this change, and they have to know and appreciate the value of doing so. They also make them feel they are essential in making so change successful. They help McDonald's gain the staff support and resolve their resistance. So that's all for me, and now I will pass it to my groupmate Nick. Thank you.
Thank you, Fawaz. Now I'll talk about the scale of change took place in the organization. McDonald's restaurant, especially in the United Kingdom, has been focusing more on changing their menus from fast food lines to healthier meals. This happened because they feel like people has become wiser and more concerned about their health. Thus, they will look for more nutritious food instead of fast food or junk food. Besides that, with the competitors such as KFC, Burger King and Subway, it makes the organization feel like they need to change to keep up with the competition and make sure they don't lose their customers. In order to ensure that McDonald's managed to stay in the market with the competitors, transformational change has been made in the organization. Transformational change usually occurs after the transition period, which in this case when the organization decided to replace their menus into something more nutritious and healthier food instead of fast food that they had been serving. Once they change the menu, they will have to continue making improvement in the organization by having good promotions and marketing strategy in order to gain customers who look for this healthy menu. In this part, it can be seen that McDonald's made changes that involve both transitional and developmental change, which show a perfect transformational change. The organization also needs to drastically make changes because of the changes in customers' preferences and to not lose their already existing customers. However, McDonald's may have conflict in doing changes because they will have to plan everything from the scratch, and the future of the business is also unknown since the changes made are drastic. The implementation of the transformational change by McDonald's shows that it is having a second order change. Bertini 1987 said that second order change attempts are designed to phase in particular schemata and phase out others. This can conclude the changes made in the organization where they decided to produce healthy meals, which is the phase in, and get rid of the fast food menu, which can be the phase out. When the system changes qualitatively and in discontinuous manner, it is also known as second order change. In McDonald's case, it can be seen that the system changes qualitatively by having changes in the menu in order to improve the quality of their restaurant, and at the same time they get to retain their customers. Meanwhile, in discontinuous manner can be seen where the organization managed to stop produce fast food when they changed to healthy menus. Besides that, Levy 1986 also mentioned that second order change is creating new way of seeing things. It requires new learning and involves a non-linear progression, a transformation from one state to another. This could be emphasized by mentioning that the organization do make transformation from the state where they produce fast food to the state where they change it into healthy meal. Now I'll pass to Farah for her to continue her part.
Thank you, Nick. So I will continue to explain about the process of change that undergoes by the McDonald's to implement their changes. Every organization that makes changes will always face many kinds of process in order to ensure that the change may go smoothly. So, basically, there are three main categories of change resistance that faced by the McDonald's during the implement of change, which is from the organization, the groups, and also individuals. The resistance that faced by the McDonald's is the reaction of the employee organizations and for the customer itself. This is because of they might have some worker that favor with the new change and some opposed to it. Therefore, it is a very crucial for the manager of the McDonald's to play their roles to overcome the obstacles during the implement of change. First, during the process of change, manager use an approach by using effective communication. Okay, why the effective communication is a very essential, especially when the organization implement change like McDonald's. Okay, it is help the process of change of the McDonald's going smoothly by reduce the misunderstanding from the worker, and it is also to ensure that there is no missing information delivered to the staff, customer, and also all the individuals that involved. Continue to the next McDonald's, ensure that everyone involved in the process of change. This is because for the McDonald's, the most important thing is implement any changes. Everyone must involve in the process of change. This is because it is easy for the company because if there is an employee that respond positively towards the changes, they will know how to react to that situation. This is also to ensure that everyone have the same learning experience to understand and clear with the objective of the organization change. That is why manager involve the employee during the process of change to give by giving them more details so that they will more understand and try to adapt the new environment. Lastly, the manager of the McDonald's, they will implement change in several stages. Okay, the change will not occur all at once, right? So the organization need to give efficient time to the employee so that there will be more understanding of the changes environment. And there are 3 stages, which is the first stage is where the McDonald's will make the preparations for the organization, and the second is the manager will take the action toward the change and make a well plan. Then the last stage is where the organization will support the change they have made and make sure that the changes will go well, and all staff will make sure that the manager will alert with the employee reaction towards the change. Then for the conclusion, we had concluded that all the company that implement transformational change need a lot of preparation in all aspects to ensure that the change will go smoothly and bring the positive impact to the organization. Okay, that's all from our video. Thank you for watching.